Yo, hold on. What's going on YouTube? Jeezy TV. Mic check. Back with another video, and in this video, we are going to be talking about the 5th episode of Season 6 of The Walking Dead now. Man, I need to go brush my teeth, and the bitch feel gnarly as fuck. Oh well, I have a pretty shitty hairdo, whatever. It looks kind of shit. We're getting through this video. We're going to be recording our top 50 album of the year video right after this, too. So there's that. So, yeah, we got the plot, we got the critical reception. You guys know how these episode reviews go. We're going to do Dexter tomorrow, Walking Dead, so on and so forth. This is my last week in town, my last week in this setup, so hopefully we can get that dope-ass little, those things on the wall that I was going to put back there. I don't know, though. I kind of want to take my Scarface poster to school with me, but I don't know where I would put it, so... So as the Alexandrians clean up following the wolves' invasion, Rick appears running towards the gate, shouting for it to be opened as the walkers which escape from the main herd pursue. So they see him breaking up, they're like, oh shit, we gotta get this man, right? And so he breaks into the gate. Or he gets into the gate, they close it on him, yeah. He gets inside before the walkers surround the town, and instructs the townspeople to keep noise and light to a minimum until the rest of his team returns. Once everyone returns, once things start to die down, once the walkers have no one left to chase after and pursue, I guess, they're gonna give up, probably. I guess that's a fair assumption. Aaron sadly confesses that the wolves discovered the safe zone because of him, which shatters what's left of the town's spirits. Like, oh my god, this is why they found us, because you left a pack behind, and they went and they got it, and now they were on our ass, they attacked us, killed a bunch of our people. Yeah, the town is pretty much losing hope of anything. That night, a drunken Spencer has an angry argument with his mother, Deanna, during which he blames her for the deaths of his father and brother. I mean, to an extent, it's kind of her fault. She's kind of mismanaged this community. I'm not going to say it's fully her fault, because she wasn't the one that killed those people. But this community hasn't been managed well. It's kind of been managed by someone that's kind of scared to step out of her comfort zone and maybe experience a little bit of struggle. I don't know. Elsewhere, Maggie, upon learning that Glenn and Nicholas have disappeared, arms herself and prepares to go out and look for Glenn, while Carl approaches Ron about Enid, who disappeared during the wolves' attack, and asks him to help him find her. So those two are going to work together, go find her. Apparently, Enid was Ron's girlfriend. He got jealous when Enid started to take an interest for Carl. All that stuff kind of happened. They're kind of having this weird little teenage romance, kind of like another plot line kind of woven in. Ron refuses and threatens to tell Rick if Carl goes outside the walls because, obviously Rick doesn't want anyone going outside the walls, especially his own son. So Ron's going to be a snitch because Carl took his girl, pretty much. That's what's happening. Tara visits Denise, not Dennis, that's a male version. Denise, who is operating on the injured Scott, and discovers that Denise is struggling with her lack of knowledge as a doctor, and she wants to quit. She's like the closest to like a medical professional that the community has. Everything's starting to kind of crumble down on her, and she's struggling. There's a lot of things going on. Damn near every big character in this community has a storyline. Jesse goes to check on David's widow, Betsy, but discovers that she committed suicide and is now a walker. So now people are kind of starting to lose hope. They're killing themselves. Obviously killing herself in a way that made her turn into a walker. Why didn't she just shoot herself in the head? We don't know. Maybe she had no knowledge of that. I don't think this community really has a lot of knowledge of the whole thing with the walkers. Like, you have to shoot them in the head to kill them. The commotion draws the attention of the other townspeople, and in their presence, Jessie kills the zombified Betsy. So Jessie's kind of converted to being like a tougher girl. She's kind of developed her character. Now it's like the job of the rest of the town to kind of do the same. She tells them she understands not wanting to acknowledge how things are, but that fighting is the new reality they must live with. They must fight to survive. It's survival of the fittest. No one's really understood that because they're in such a gated, well-kept community. This empowers the rest of the town to start taking action. So Jesse's kind of being the motivator for everyone else, which is awesome. Aaron insists upon accompanying Maggie and shows her a sewer that takes them under the wall and bypasses the walkers surrounding it. And there was no way they were going to let Maggie go out on their own, so Aaron sends himself. He's like, you know what, I'll do it. After fending off walkers in the sewer, they reach the exit only to discover that the back end of the herd is right outside. So, like, this is how far, like, it stretches. Despondent, Maggie admits defeat and tearfully reveals to Aaron that she is pregnant. And she hasn't told anyone in the group. This is kind of like a plot twist to the audience as well. I don't think she even told us that before. My memory is kind of hazy on some of these episodes. Some of the recent episodes haven't been amazing, but a lot of it's just been kind of catching up and showing different perspectives. But yeah, she's pregnant. Ron goes to find Rick and tells him that he is ready to learn how to handle a gun, while Denise reads through the medical journals and comes up with the solution to save Scott. So Scott may be saved after all. He's kind of a side character. I'm surprised they didn't just like kill him off then and there. But so yeah, Ron's like, I want to learn how to shoot. I want to learn how to defend this town. Obviously, we're crumbling to fucking pieces here. I know you need someone to help. Later, she finds Tara and kisses her. Obviously, we know Tara likes women. Apparently, so does Denise. And these two, I guess, are going to form a relationship. That's another storyline that's brewing out of this episode. A lot of started storylines. That evening, Maggie and Aaron erase Glenn and Nicholas's names from the memorial wall that has been set up, hoping they might still be alive. And I mean, they're right about Glenn still being alive. As of now in the show, Glenn is still alive. They're not going to leave that storyline unfinished. It's Glenn. It's one of the biggest characters in Walking Dead history. But Nicholas died. Glenn witnessed him getting bit to pieces and stuff, getting torn apart. So we know that Nicholas is alive or dead. Rick and Deanna converse about the recent events and like what they can do to manage the situation and whatnot. Deanna admits she is not fit to lead the town and appoints Rick the new leader of Alexandria. So before he was kind of like the constable, he's kind of like the sheriff, watching over and making sure everything went down smoothly. And now he's literally the leader of the town. Deanna realizes that these people need a guy like Rick. He's gotten through so much to get to Alexandria. Later, he visits Jessie in her garage and they kiss. That's another relationship that's starting. A lot of romance interwoven into the storylines here. Deanna, meanwhile, goes to the gate and bangs it defiantly. Like, she's, like, pissed at herself. She's, like, guilty. She's feeling all sorts of emotions. So she just takes it out on this gate. She wants to attract more walkers. Maybe she wants to kill herself. We're not really sure. As she leaves, however, she fails to notice a trickle of blood pouring through a crack in the wall. At first, I thought that was, like, the wall giving way. But no, it's blood. And we're going to find out next episode what exactly the blood is about. And we're going to be watching that episode tomorrow. But looking at the reception, people didn't like this episode. I was kind of neutral on it, but let's see what people have to say. 44%, 5.8 out of 10 on Rotten Tomatoes. It provides deeper portrayals of some of the Alexandria crew, but at the expense of furthering the stories of the Walking Dead characters we actually care about. The episode fails to explain how Rick escaped from a stalled camper van, and thank you. It's a spare, quiet episode fraught with moments of uncertainty and tension. You know, Tova Feldscha was great. Yuhabin's direction, Reed's writing. The episode is brisk and speech-heavy. The episode is something of an oddity, an episode that initially suggests another adrenaline-heavy hour of intense action, but never really delivers what it promises. And I feel like that's what a lot of people's problem is with this. I don't really have a lot to say about this episode. I'm neutral. I don't think it's like a shitty episode. I think it's really annoying that Glenn's storyline is going unfinished and they're deciding to move forward with it for now. I'm sure there's going to be like a season twist at the end, but that's all I got. I got to start recording my top 50 album of the year list. It's going to be pretty easy. I'm just going to piece all of the segments together and you guys are going to have a video